Welcome, all filmmakers. You're in the film world. My name is Thomas Kenyon, video editor, live video specialist. Each week, I bring you an inspiring person or message that helps bring you closer to the film world. Thank you for visiting my link and podcast. Now, lights, camera, action. We had some really good topics the last two episodes, talking about some things that mean a whole bunch to the film and the creative world. You know, having a purpose, and whether you're shy or you're just an introvert who's intended to be that way. And all are very good topics, and I acknowledge both guests who coming on, who I want to take the time to get to know a little more over the course of whenever. Thank you, Rob and Tanner, for those episodes coming on. Those great conversations that we had. I'd like to add to those with this episode. It's great that if you can find a purpose for your project, for your script, concept, it's great that you can discover your inner self if you're shy, if you're an introvert. If you're an introvert, that's a great, as we discussed last episode, introverts can rule the film world. But there's another one that I like to add. And it's, does the film industry just straight up light your fire? And there is no other way that can answer that than as if you do one thing, in my opinion. Maybe there's a few more, but there's one thing that stands out 100%, and that is 48-hour film project. You find one of those, whether you're Houston, Dallas, and Texas, LA, New York, Atlanta, wherever. You find one of those. They're all over. 48-hour film project. You can look it up. It's all over. You search it in Google, and Google will ask for your location, and it'll help you find 48-hour film in Houston, in Austin. They're all over. Do this. Do this right now. Find one. The next one coming up. And I'll tell you why. I did it myself. I want to do more. I only did the one project, and I'll put the project up in the show notes for you to watch. I'm going to explain my experience with this project without going into too much detail, giving spoiler alerts. I don't want to give spoiler alerts because I want you to watch it. I'm giving my own little plug there from one of my projects I worked on. $48-hour film. So everything starts on a Friday. We gather a team together. Usually all the teams go into one bar or restaurant, sit together. They draw straws, or they draw concept. They draw for concepts. And our concept that we drew, and again, I touched on this with my conversation with Jordan Brady in episode 1, the first episode. Our concept that my team that I was on drew was dark comedy. Now I pause because dark comedy on dark. I want to say it's dark comedy. That's why I keep saying it. And that's what our team drew. I got there a little late, but I wasn't really a part of the writing team. We had some other great writers on board for that. Eric Jones and that team that I was a part of as director of photography. So that was that night, and it probably took about an hour. And so they had that whole Friday night to write this 10-page story of dark comedy. And so they came up with the finished product. When we finished shooting and wrapped shooting on Saturday night and getting ready for the final finishing touches, the finishing project was Dreamland Murders. Again, it's up in the show notes. Go watch it. It's actually pretty good. If I wasn't a part of it, I would say it has funny to it. It has to be, but it's a mystery. It's one of those detective period pieces, no less. So that's what I did. That's what I was a part of. And so shooting came around. We started shooting the next day, Saturday morning at 7 a.m. I was living in Houston. Had to drive all the way past Sugar Land, I believe, from the north part of Houston. So that was a trek. Get there for a 7 a.m. shoot. I brought my stuff, but I think we just end up using the director of the team, Brandon Cureless. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but Brandon C. Just to say that he was the director. Eric Jones was the producer of this project, writer. He also starred in a part of it as well. Towards the end, you'll see if you watch it. So, Saturday morning, I get there on time. Actually, I was early. I think I was the first one. I get there. One thing I hate about being the first is I'm not sure if I'm in the right place because I don't see anyone else there yet. That's kind of a disadvantage to being too early. But anyway, I got there at we were supposed to maybe start shooting at 7:30. I got there at 7:15. I was just sitting in the parking lot of this church where we're going to start shooting for the day. And we actually shot the last scene first, which is a kind of a spoiler, but I won't say any more about that. So we wrap up that part of the day. And we get a nice little break, but it's driving to the next location. It was just down the road in this company on stage theater, and that was the rest of the night. We got there at 11 or 10 in the morning after wrapping the first location, and we got to this company on stage in or around Sugarland, and we were literally there past midnight. And when I say before, it is intense. You will get a lot done, but at the end of the day, you'll feel so accomplished. That was some of the most intense project work, like scenes that I've ever shot. I've shot a few others as well. That was the intense scenes I've shot in my short film career. But at the end of the day, I think what I remember saying the most or thinking, I might have said it. I was feeling so strongly about it. I might have actually said it. I freaking love this. And if you can come out of 48-hour film projects, and you come out with that enthusiasm, with that thinking, film is for you. Film is for you. It was a fun shoot. I actually got a hotel for the night, so I don't know why. I was doing. I was working on another project the day before, and that's right. And I just got into the hotel, so I can just go. So I wouldn't go all the way back to North Houston. That's right. I stayed in a hotel tonight, so it wasn't as treacherous as I said in the beginning of this episode. But anyway, it still doesn't take away from all the enthusiasm. Again, intense day. We're talking one full day of shooting, folks. One day. 10-page. How long is the Dreamland Murders is about? Is 10 minutes. I think we're originally going for 7 minutes, but they added some stuff. They kept adding things. Oh, we need this, we need that. So they kept adding. Like, okay, we'll shoot this. We'll be here past midnight. All right. What else can I say about 48-hour film? 48-hour film. What else can I say? The team was fabulous to work with. You gotta have and that's the other thing too. Even if you're not into film, I mean, the rare someone who listened to this, maybe it's a good team building exercise. It's good to teamwork exercise, and and you establish a good team. And if you have all the right people and all the good spots, positions, maybe the more important spots like camera operator, director, photography, which that was me in the project, then your project can go a long way. And at the end of the day, a year later, they submitted the project for the Cannes Film Festival somewhere in, I forget exactly where, somewhere in Europe. I want to say England but yeah, it was actually the following year. It was submitted to the Cannes Film Festival. Sadly, I don't think we took any winnings, or I don't know, I forget where we placed. I have to look back at that. But it was still a overall good experience. And if you're new to film, jump into 48-hour film. And if it's your first time being on set, you'll learn a bunch. You'll learn what interests you. You'll learn. You're just gonna jump into a position. Yeah, there'll be times when, we need this, and he's over there getting a smoke break, or he's chowing down on something, and we need to get this done. Well, if you're available at the moment, you can maybe jump in and help out so they can get a shot done. And it's a good place to just get a lot of learning, because that's what you'll do for one straight full entire day, whether it's driving from location to location. Maybe you're in one location the entire day, which sounds kind of dull and blah, but the time flies. You're having fun, especially if you're having fun. Time flies. And like I said, I enjoyed that 48-hour film project. Dreamland Murders. The link I have in the show notes. Go watch it. And that's what I have for this week. It's keeping it more on the shorter side. Get back into the film subjects, talking about film and what you can do to generate the interest, to find what actually generates the interest for you in film. 48-hour film did it for me. It very well possibly could do it for you. Just go find that, jump in a project, and just jump in. Literally just jump in. I found a position that was available. I jumped all over it, and I had fun doing it. Staying past midnight. Yeah, I drove home at the end of the night. It was past midnight and all, and I just wanted to go home. But I had a lot of things to reflect on that night, and so go do 48-hour film again. I keep repeating that, but do it. I think there's probably one coming up still this year. It may still be early enough for you to catch. It's a weekend shooting. If you're behind the scenes, acting, actress, Saturday is probably your shoot day, and it's probably going to be all day Saturday. So plan on that. Plan on absolutely doing nothing else on that Saturday if you're part of the shoot. Now, if you're a writer, then Friday night is your time. Sunday, and then the last part of Saturday night. Now, if you're editing on 40-hour film, that's a good topic. You're writing, Friday you get the concept. They draw straws for the theme, and then the writers get to work. Friday they have all Friday night to write this story, write this that can be shot, that can be visibly portrayed in a appealing manner that generates interest in an audience. So that's what the writers have to do all Friday night, and they all have the weekend to write as well. They may make changes over the weekend. They can do that as well as we shoot. Like, oh, we made this change. What you just shot, now you have to go reshoot. That can happen. So everyone's working together. Everyone's working at the same time. So you're shooting. Writers are coming up with the script. They're there. You're shooting. And then we get to a stopping point, and you take out the storage, the memory card, and hand it to the editor. Here you go to work. We get the memory card back, and we shoot some more while the guy's editing the first part, pieces together, editing as you go. That was one of the main points of success for our team that we were on. editing as you go. Just let everything flow as we were shooting. We pretty much shot in order, aside for the one instance. I won't say it again because it's kind of a spoiler. Again, go watch Dreamland Murders. It's in the show notes. It's a good 10 minutes. I promise you won't want that time back. It's a good little 10-minute piece. Again, it was a fun night, fun shooting. It was like 3 or 4 years ago that we did this. And down in Houston, around the Sugar Land area. And it's 48-hour film. Go look it up. Anything else that I have to add to that? I can't think of anything else. I had fun doing it. I can't stop saying it. I just repeat that over and over again. It was fun. It was really fun. So I'm going to let you go look up that. I'm going to let you go watch Dreamland Murders. This detective dark comedy period piece shot on a company on stage theater in Sugar Land, Texas. Go watch it. Thank you for clicking on my podcast this week, and keep on, thank you for subscribing and listening in. And I hope that these episodes give you some kind of value each week. I'm bringing these concepts in, and I had a director, commercial director, who's done some things out in LA, in Texas. He's been all over. I talked with a few others who are out in Atlanta who has this great concept for a demo recording studio on wheels. That was a great idea too. I talked with Diego Bierberdak. Sorry again if I butchered your name. But I talked with him about his rolling tapes. That was a good concept too. Like, that was like, wow, you're bringing this studio to help actresses record their reels, highlight reels, so they can show what they can do to casting directors and producers for future projects. And that's helping them when they don't have the means to go out to get equipment, or to go out to studios to record their reels and put them together. And this guy's bringing them right to their house, almost parked in the street. I recorded this highlight reel on my street with this guy's truck, who he converted to a mobile studio. And I also like to thank Brooke Lewis, the Scream Queen, 20-year actress, who was on a couple weeks ago. Ray Laredo, it's a fellow alma mater of Sam Houston State, down in Huntsville, Texas. Go Bearcats. I'm just giving some shout outs to past guests, and a plug to anyone who wants to come on and talk about film. I am all ears. I'll talk about anything you want to talk about with regard to film. Shoot me a message. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at T Michael Kenyon. Again, thank you for clicking on In the Film World, subscribing, listening, and just hearing me out, hearing us out, all my guests I had, and hope I can continue to bring value for you. And until next time, peace out. Go watch Dreamland Murders. It's a good one. Bye. There you have it. If you like this podcast, give it a like. Tweet me at TMichaelKenyon on Twitter and Instagram. Be sure you are following me also on SoundCloud at TMichaelKenyon. Share this with your friends and whoever else needs to hear what was said in the show. Thank you for clicking and listening, and I hope this brings you tremendous value in your life.